As the world is growing and developing, biodiversity seems to be neglected and has not been taken seriously in the recent years. But hey, humanity is starting to realize the importance of biodiversity. The countries are working together as well as individuals to preserve and conserve biodiversity. Let's take China as a targeted country for today. China has continued to step up oversight and investigation of illegal activity, such as the damage and endangerment of biodiversity. The monitoring of some 400 national nature reserves through satellite remote sensing has been completed, and 225 national scenic areas are all under the monitoring of remote sensing instrument. The country has adopted a zero-tolerance policy towards illegal activities in nature reserves and imposed severe penalties accordingly following special investigations. China has actively engaged in international cooperation to investigate and prosecute criminals act involving wildlife and conducted special operations to combat illegal firearms and explosives in order to curb at the source the use of firearms for hunting. In addition, the country has cracked down on such activity as the trafficking of precious or endangered animal and plant species and products, investigated and prosecuted the illicit distribution and mailing of seeds and seedlings, launched special campaigns against illegal fishing in Yangtze River Basin, and the sales of illegally caught fish and cut off the chain of unlawful fishing, transportation, and sales of wild fish in Yangtze River. China has provided solid legal safeguards for biodiversity conservation. The country has promulgated and revised a host of laws and regulations pertinent to biodiversity conservation, including those on environmental protection, wild animal protection, seeds, livestock, fishery, forestry, grassland, the marine environment, protection of nature reserves and wild plants. Vigorous efforts has also been made to refine laws and regulations on the protection and oversight of biological resources, biosafety, and compensation for ecological damage. The legal framework for the protection and sustainable use of biodiversity has seen continuous improvement. Comprehensive and effective policies for biodiversity conservation has been devised. China has released some 40 documents on advancing ecological civilization, including the opinions on accelerating the advancement of ecological civilization and the integrated reform plan for promoting ecological progress. In the meantime, policy measures such as the opinions on delineating and strictly observing the ecological conservation red lines, guidance on establishing a protected area system composed mainly of national parks, and the overall plan for establishing a national park system provide the policy backbones for biodiversity conservation in China. China has introduced legislation to ban the consumption of wild animals in order to protect public health. On February 24, 2020, the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress voted in favor of the decisions to comprehensively prohibit the illegal trade of wild animals, eliminate the bad habits of wild animals consumption, and protect the health and safety of the people. The community also explicitly stated the needs to amend the law on wild animal protection and related regulations to accelerate the legislation on biosafety. I believe not only China takes the effort and the initiative to conserve and preserve the biodiversity, but looking at the matters that we were shared earlier on, it shows biodiversity is no longer out of the picture. Thank you.